every one of the Democrat news medias, right? Because all of them are biased in some way, shape, or form. But every single one of them are
all the media is so mean to us conservatives. Guy, suck on your milk bottle. Shut up for a second. Trump had a higher catch and release rate than Biden did. So per the migrants they caught, Biden was deporting more than Trump did.
Every one of the Democrat news medias, right? Because all of them are biased in some way, shape, or form. But every single one of them are
all the media is so mean to us conservatives.
They were all, yeah.
All the media is so mean to us.
But they were all sitting there saying, no, illegal immigration is on the decline while actually setting records.
Yeah, to be clear, the illegal immigration spike started in 2020 when Donald Trump was president. Joe Biden put forth the U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021, his first week of presidency, that would have added more border agencies, that would have upped money for the border, for border protection. Republicans said it was dead on arrival. They tried again. They tried again in 2023, working with Republicans. James Lankford.
I can tell you the reasons why this bill. Like,
wait. To be clear, the U.S. Wait. The U.S. Citizenship Act of 2021 didn't do enough.
There's a bipartisan bill that's put forward a lot by people who are generally speaking like on the left. Is that the one that you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the one they put forth in their first week. They then tried again bipartisanly. That was put forth by conservatives. James Lankford, who is a conservative in, I think, Louisiana, is who drafted that bill. But I'm talking about the one they put forth in the first week that Republicans, they needed 10 Republicans to vote for, and they said it was dead on arrival. Marco Rubio famously said that they had other things to focus on. They then tried again bipartisanly.
I haven't read as much about that one, I'll be honest with you. My assumption is that it also probably didn't do enough. The bipartisan bill. Well, I can just be honest with you, or I can bullshit you. I'm just telling you what I know. Okay, the bipartisan bill didn't do enough, outright.
How?
Like one of the biggest parts of it. Yeah, I'm getting to that. One of the biggest parts of it is a lot of the powers would kick in at, I believe it was after 3,000 crossings a day.
It's not true.
Okay, and they would become mandatory after 5,000 crossings a day.
Yeah.
The problem is that you have to reach 3,000 crossings a day for anything to even be possible, and it's not mandatory even then. During Biden's presidency, it was fucking 1 million plus, basically every fucking year, or at least approaching it.
What happened directly preceding Biden's presidency that made conditions globally worse? What was that thing?
Okay. For sure. I don't think this happened in a vacuum.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, no, I agree with you. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying what happened was COVID happened. The spike then started under Trump. Biden put forth a bill his first week. Republicans shot that down. They then worked with Republicans 2 years later to try another bill. Republicans then shot that down because Trump said, no, I want to run on it. As to what you said about the bill, the 3,000 was once
it's not the case that he said, no, I want to run on it. Now, that could definitely be something you can assign to him and you can say, okay, this is why he did that. But he never fucking said that.
Right.
Dude.
That's kind of...
messaging from the like, man.
Yeah, he didn't say it. He didn't say it verbatim, but I do want to clarify the things you're talking about with the bill. It added more agents for the borders, more lawyers to process visas, which visa overstays are a huge problem with undocumented immigration. It had technology for fentanyl crossing the border, all problems. It closed a lot of illegal crossings. It funded the border wall. And then what you're talking about is at 3,000 crossings, the president could unilaterally shut down the border. Yes. And he could. He could,
5,000.
And he could, at 5,000, he could reject even asylum claims. At 3,000, the standard of asylum went up.
No, dude, I'm telling you, I've read this bill multiple times.
Yes, so have I.
Okay?
Yes, so have I.
Okay, at 5,000, he can reject asylum claims temporarily.
Yes.
But then it becomes mandatory that everything is unilaterally shut down by, well, not necessarily unilaterally, but it's shut down by both the president and one of the fucking head honchos for Customs and Border Patrol. At 3,000, it is not mandatory. And it is not... No.
I agree with you. Yeah, no, he has the power to, though.
Biden's administration expanded DACA. It got rid of Remain in Mexico. It made it easier than it has ever been before to apply for asylum status. Even if it did bring some of the standards up, you're not totally wrong there. And it presided over the literal, for 3 years in a row, all-time highest. They set the fucking record, dude. 3 years running.
Right,
Yep,
because
3 years in a row.
Republicans
2023 was the highest
refuse to legislate on it. That is the point I'm getting across.
Because okay.
Biden's
Right.
first.
Oh my
Did
God,
did
no.
Democrat wait, no. Did Biden put a bill forth his first week in office? Did Biden put a bill forth his first week in office, yes or no? Did Biden put a bill forth his first week in office, yes or no? Did Biden put a bill forth his first week in office, yes or no?
On his first day, he paused the border wall construction, ended the Remain in Mexico.
Did Biden put a bill forth? Remain in Mexico was unconstitutional to do outside of an emergency. Remain in Mexico was going to end regardless. You can't do Remain in Mexico outside of COVID anyway. That was adjudicated in the courts. But did Biden put forth a bill his first week? Yes or no? Did Biden put forth a bill his first week or no?
It doesn't fucking matter, dude.
It does matter because you're saying that
I get what you're saying, but the issue is that in both cases,
right?
Okay, regardless of how it got there, the Republicans eventually did not think either of these went far enough.
Yeah, right. Guy, suck on your milk bottle. Shut up for a second.
Don't be a dick.
Yeah. By executive order, Biden put forth a lot of the provisions that were in the bipartisan border bill, and crossings dropped to lower than they were before he took office, before he left office, by executive order. He did that after they shot down the bill. It was a couple months before he left office. And by the time we had consecutive months of it dropping, and by the time he left office, border crossings were lower than when he went. So by that means, wait, let me finish. Last line. So that means what was in those bills would have worked. So had Republicans legislated the first week of his office, first week when he put forth that bill, it would have worked. His first week.
Okay. So now the issue is that before that point, and I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the last year, the 1 year that didn't set an all-time record.
Right, because he wanted to do it by legislation.
Those measures do seem to have worked. The problem is he effectively leveraged his power over not doing anything about that situation and blaming Republicans.
He
didn't. He leveraged his power on effectively not doing anything and letting the issue blow the fuck up into record highs for 3 years in a row.
Right. No culpability for Republicans at all. I love that. Right. But yeah,
that's not what I'm saying.
That's exactly what you just said. It's all on Democrats. It's all on Democrats because Biden should have done things, but Republicans voting against it is fine because Biden should have done more.
Biden have the ability in year number 1 to implement the changes he did in year number 4.
He tried to, and he didn't want to by executive order because, again, and this is a difference in governance, because executive orders can just get overturned. They can get blocked in the courts. There's a lot of things that can happen. There's a lot of things that can happen by executive order that cannot happen with legislation. So Biden tried numerous times through legislation to do this. So saying like, oh, well, he just wasn't doing it when Republicans said, I don't want to play ball.
Dude. It's not his job to try through legislation. It's his job to use his executive It's his job to use his executive powers. He is the executive. He is not part of the legislative. His job as the president is to use his powers and his influence to the best of his ability. And in this case, instead of using his powers and his influence to the best of his ability, he actually neglected using it because he thought that it would help another branch of the government accomplish its task.
Yeah, no, he tried to wield his influence to the best of his ability, and he also wielded his executive power to the best of his ability, which is why he has a higher...
On year number 4.
This is... Okay, so you just said to me, stop when I was doing it, and I just want to point out that
you're right.
This is natural it's just natural in conversation. I don't care. You can do it to me. But Biden did use, because immigration enforcement is under the executive, Trump had a higher catch and release rate than Biden did. So per the migrants they caught, Biden was deporting more than Trump did. So he did wield his powers through the executive. The difference is he didn't want to do an executive order because it can get blocked in the courts or overturned. So he tried multiple times to do legislation.